Hey everyone, it's Kelsey here, and today I have a layout to share with you using some of the newer stuff that's come out. This paper, I think it's called Journal, but I know it's by Crate Paper. It's from the Notes and Things collection, and I have I think 3 of these, and I don't like the back, so it's just perfect that I can just use all 3 of the one side that I love. So I'll probably cut one of them up for layering, but anyway, I chose this paper, and I'm doing this project as a challenge. I don't know if you guys ever follow Marcy Penner or Stephanie. I don't even know her last name. She's on her blog is stephaniemakes.blogspot.com, but they have teamed up and they have a little challenge going that and the challenge is to use one color photo and one black and white photo. So that's kind of how I started off with this layout. And I really like that I did this because I normally don't work with black and white photos, but I actually really like the photo of my husband and how it turned out. And it does kind of cut away from the distracting background and whatnot. So, anyway, yeah, that's why I have one color photo and one black and white. And I've been really having my eye on a lot of triangles lately and pink and gold. So even though this is a picture with my husband, I do have a lot of pink and gold in my layouts lately. Once I get on the gold train, I'm going to keep sticking with it. So this is from the Ocean Melody collection, and there's some 3x4 cards, and I'm not really sure. Basically, all I knew was that I wanted to use those 2 photos, and then I found the paper, and then I decided I'd just kind of play around and see how the layout came together. So I pulled some different papers and some different pieces of vellum, and I'm just cutting out some of the things that I think I might use. And one thing that I hate about cut apart strips though, or cut apart pages, is keeping track of the pieces afterwards. So I try to leave them in longer strips until I know what I'm doing with them. Like if I'm just cutting them apart and I'm not using a certain sheet yet, I leave them in long strips. But yeah, I just don't know what to do with them. And I don't know how that cut was so off. It totally went wonky on me, so I'm having to trim those little squares down because they didn't come out even. I just must not have been paying close attention to my paper and cutter. I don't love that paper cutter, but it's alright for now, but I do find it very easy to get crooked lines, even when I am trying to be careful. But this time it was just my fault. So anyway, I'm just looking at a lot of these. I think that's from, I want to say Strawberry Fields by Webster's Pages. I think. But I'm not positive. But it is a Webster's Pages, cut apart page. And I just really like the squares. I thought they were super cute. So I've got a few scraps and I've got another cut apart sheet. So I'm just trying to kind of look and see what all I might use. And I probably should have cut all this out or did it off camera, but sometimes you kind of get where you don't exactly know what you want to do, so you just want to jump right in and then you get stalled in the middle. So that's kind of how this layout went for me. And I have to admit, after I get done with this layout, I don't really like it, but it's grown on me. So I don't know whether it's because it's 2 3x4 photos or if it's the layout style, because it is kind of a different style than I normally do. So it kind of ends up a little bit different, but anyway, you'll see in the end. So I thought I might want to go with a sort of a grid pattern. Not exactly a grid, but lately I have really been drawn to grids and frames, and just even if it's not a strict grid, things are in a line. So I've been attracted to that lately, but I've also been trying to layer more lately. So those 2 styles don't necessarily go together. But I really wanted to use up some of that vellum and some of those new pieces, but those don't end up making it onto the layout either. So I thought, well, this is kind of a grid. It goes across the page in a straight line, and then I've got those little squares up top, so that is kind of grid-like. I don't know if grid's the right word, but a square layout, I guess I should say. But I'm just not totally loving it, even though I can see that the title could go down at the bottom, or I could switch those squares and put them at the bottom and have the title up top. I'm just not seeing how I would do that. You know, I'm just not loving how that would look. I think if I do a grid layout, I would make it smaller pieces, like incorporate, 3x3 photos or whatnot. And I do have some paper that I've been holding back, and I've cut it down to like I think it's 3x3s because I do want to do a grid, but those are just kind of my scrap pile right now. But I have been hoarding papers to make a grid layout. And those two triangles at the top, I kind of printed those off earlier, or I cut those out earlier in the video. I printed them on vellum. They're Studio Calico printable, but I think it's a little bit older, maybe from the summer. But I've really been into vellum lately, printing on vellum and using vellum ephemera and making my own embellishments with vellum. So I'm very, very into the vellum right now. And since they were triangles and they kind of went with my color scheme, I just thought they worked really good. And it says yes, which obviously we're getting ice cream in these photos, so just say yes to the ice cream, I guess, is kind of what I was going with. So I did decide to put my photos down like that. And like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with it right now. Like I said, it's grown on me more as I've photographed it and I've looked at it. I like it more. That's from the Creative Agenda chipboard, and I had seen that Good Stuff, and I thought it would work well because one of them was color and one of them was more gray. So I thought that kind of went with the color and the black and white. And then there is a lot of craft color in the Notes and Things collection, so I'm also trying to incorporate that. And normally I would do kind of an embellishment cluster, but this time, I don't know, this layout is very different from my normal style. Not that I know what my style is, but this layout is just very different. So those stickers are, I don't know, I got them I think in April, so they're a little bit older, but I have used quite a few of them for me. So I'm just trying to look through my embellishments and see what else I want. And normally I do some journaling on a page, especially this one. I was just going to say, like, oh, went out for ice cream. But I don't know if it's because the background is patterned or if I didn't want to put a journaling spot on there. I don't really know, but I just didn't journal on this layout. One thing I have seen, though, is I've seen more people journal, like, on the back of a layout. And that way, if you pulled the page out of the page protector, you could see the journaling. And that way, if you wanted it more private, that could, you could have your journaling on the back and people couldn't really see it. So I might try doing that on some future layouts, because I do like to incorporate a lot of journaling and writing. That's just the kind of person that I am. I'm a very wordy, written, writerly person. So journaling is one of my favorite aspects of scrapbooking. I just love being able to tell a story through scrapbooking. And those letter thickers, I think I talked about them in my haul video where I shared them with you. I don't think they're new, but the font is called Fitzgerald, and I just love that they're gold and glittery. And I really like the foam thickers because they stick really well. I've found the chipboard thickers do not stick at all, so I've really been trying to avoid them, even though I like working with them better. They don't stick, so I've just given up on them. But the foam ones, they're kind of hard to work with because, their shape is a little bit malleable, which can be good in certain cases, but in this case, I just wish they were a little bit firmer. And then now you can see my new sticker binder, which after using it for a little bit, I really like how the stickers are. I like being able to flip through them, and I need to change the holes on them, but I really like flipping through them. But I don't like that when I'm putting it on when I'm using the sticker binder, it's on my desk, and then I can't see the layout because I'm covering up the layout. So I'm going to have to clear off some space on my desk, but then that means that you guys won't be able to see the stickers as I'm going through them. So that's the only thing that I don't like about that so far. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys again really, really soon. And there will be a photo on my blog if you're interested in seeing a photo. Thanks so much, guys.